I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
We here to handle the business, not let the business handle us. That's what we are elected to do, sir. So please.
It's her fault. It's her problem, her responsibility, and she failed. She's failed.
In a small suburb of Chicago, Tiffany Henyard, the self-proclaimed super mayor, finds herself at the center of a political tempest. The unfolding saga is rife with allegations of unpaid rent, accusations of misusing taxpayer funds, and the looming threat of potential arrests. Township meetings have shifted focus from genuine governance to Tiffany's theatrical antics, amplifying the chaos. As tensions escalate, Illinois politics grows increasingly tumultuous. This small-town drama highlights a clash between showmanship and accountability, prompting residents to ponder the future direction of their community.
South suburban Dolton today. First, the state comptroller has suspended some payments to the village because it has failed to follow the law by providing financial relief.
Elected as mayor of Dolton in 2021, Tiffany Henyard has emerged as one of the most polarizing figures in local politics. She is under fire for accusations of extravagant spending with taxpayer money and allegedly using police resources for personal protection. Adding to the unfolding drama, Henyard is currently facing eviction from her own home due to unpaid rent. Yes, you read that right. Despite earning nearly $300,000 annually from her dual roles as mayor and town supervisor, she and her boyfriend Kamal Woods have not made a rent payment since August. Landlord Janetta Hall is now taking legal action, filing eviction papers after months of non-payment.
In Thornton Township, the board and citizens looking for accountability to their finances, while the township
Tiffany Henyard's leadership style resembles that of a reality TV villain more than that of a public servant. One of the many controversies surrounding her involves an ongoing dispute with her landlord, Janetta Hall. Reports indicate that Henyard and her partner, Cam Woods, owe thousands in unpaid rent, and even had the audacity to change the locks and garage code to keep Hall from accessing the property. Hall, who is facing potential foreclosure on her own home, is understandably furious, stating that the situation has put her in a difficult position. She insists that Henyard and Woods must vacate the premises, emphasizing that it's no longer just about money. But the drama doesn't stop there. Henyard is also engaged in a bitter feud with Dolton's Board of Trustees, who accuse her of everything from falsifying checks to concealing financial documents. In a recent Facebook live stream that stretched nearly 90 minutes, Henyard announced her intention to seek the arrests of her political opponents, though she did not specify the alleged crimes. The conflict between Henyard and the trustees has reached a boiling point, with both sides trading accusations of corruption and misconduct. In fact, the trustees have even filed a lawsuit against her. Undeterred, Henyard stands firm in her defiance, adding fuel to the fire of a rapidly escalating political crisis.
But it's just something we felt important that had to be done, that should be done. So, but like I said, you have just some kind of...
The irony in Tiffany Henyard's situation is undeniable. The same mayor who was caught earlier this year spending tens of thousands of taxpayer dollars on first-class flights, luxury hotel stays, and fine dining in cities like New York and Atlanta, is now accusing her opponents of corruption. Currently under federal investigation for her extravagant spending and misuse of public funds, Henyard has drawn scrutiny for her own financial actions. A shocking report revealed that she spent an eye-watering $43,000 on Amazon in a single day. Far from the office supplies she claimed to be purchasing, it looked more like a personal shopping spree at the taxpayer's expense. Her spending habits have even caught the attention of former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, who has been tasked with investigating Dolton's financial affairs. The findings have been staggering. Under Henyard's leadership, Dolton's general fund balance plummeted from $561 million in 2022 to a deficit of $365 million by May 2024, a staggering $9 million drop in less than 2 years.
Appointment. That's what the trustees I talked to are calling this. They say the news took them by surprise, and now they're talking to legal counsel to figure out their next.
The village of Dolton now finds itself in dire straits due to Tiffany Henyard's reckless spending spree, which has tarnished its reputation and left local businesses struggling to survive. In one particularly alarming instance, it was revealed that 589 checks totaling over $6 million were printed, but never sent to vendors, leaving them unpaid and disrupting essential services. With federal authorities now reportedly investigating Dolton's finances, it's evident that these issues are far from resolved. Henyard's opponents argue that her actions demonstrate a troubling prioritization of her own lavish lifestyle over the well-being of the community she was elected to serve.
Not paying whatever that vendor is.
What was it for?
It was for shirts. That's what it's.
Tiffany Henyard has expressed no regret for Dolton's financial crisis. Instead, she continues to solidify her self-appointed role as the town's savior. In a recent Facebook tirade, she accused her critics of jealousy and promised to reveal the whole truth later, a statement that sounds more like a soap opera plot twist than a serious political declaration. Henyard even insinuated that her opponents are using accusations against her to distract from their own corruption, questioning, "Why do we have all this attention on Tiffany Henyard?" as if she were the innocent victim of a grand conspiracy. Meanwhile, the residents of Dolton are left bewildered, questioning how they ended up with a mayor more focused on playing the victim than addressing the town's pressing issues. The village is grappling with urgent concerns such as water main breaks, unpaid vendors, and an overburdened police force, with officers diverted to act as Henyard's personal bodyguards. Despite all this, Henyard insists that her extravagant spending somehow benefits the community, leaving many residents skeptical of her claims.
Really not guilty of all 9 counts. I believe he's cooperating. And if you cooperate, you have to admit.
A startling investigation has revealed that Dolton's village credit cards were used for everything from expensive furniture to taxpayer-funded trips to Las Vegas. Additionally, Henyard's face has appeared all over town on a billboard campaign, creating the impression that Dolton was her personal playground. In one particularly egregious act, she hosted an $85,000 party featuring rapper Jay Holiday and singer K. Michelle, all while the town's finances were spiraling downward. Despite the mounting financial crisis, Henyard's actions reflect a troubling disregard for the community she was elected to serve.
One day purchase of over $40,000 to Amazon. And the main thing is,
as if it couldn't get stranger, the most recent meeting in Henyard's township devolved into what can only be described as a live-action dumpster fire. The meeting, intended to discuss essential township business, quickly descended into chaos as Henyard clashed with the trustees. In a particularly contentious moment, she forbade trustee Coro from participating remotely, citing safety concerns for Coro's absence despite her valid reasons for not attending in person. Henyard dismissed her colleagues' concerns with petty snobbery and refused to allow her to attend virtually. This incident is just one example of how utterly dysfunctional these meetings have become under her leadership.
That you are up here at this special meeting and not downstairs.
When it came time to approve the meeting minutes, Henyard's behavior was nothing short of dictatorial, attempting to push the proceedings through without any discussion, clearly violating parliamentary procedure. In a bold move, she audaciously seconded her own motion when no one else would. As the meeting wore on, it became increasingly clear that Henyard was more interested in showing off than actually accomplishing anything. When trustee Chris Gonzalez had enough and walked out, Henyard quickly fabricated a story to fit her own agenda, claiming that Gonzalez had neglected his duties and refused to manage the people's business, conveniently ignoring the fact that her own actions had caused the meeting to collapse in the first place. Locals are growing more frustrated with Henyard's antics. One commenter on a YouTube video about the township meeting put it best, "Arrest this clown already." Another didn't hold back either, declaring she is the worst enemy of the residents by far. Despite this mounting frustration, Henyard has announced her intention to run for re-election as mayor of Dolton. In typical fashion, she made the announcement on Facebook, stating, "I am running for re-election as mayor of Dolton," as though the past few years of scandal and mismanagement hadn't even occurred. Her political opponents, including the trustworthy Jason House, are rallying to challenge her in the upcoming election. However, Henyard seems determined to fight tooth and nail to hold on to her position. These comments reflect a growing sense of dissatisfaction among Dolton residents, who feel Henyard is more interested in maintaining power than in serving the community. Her tenure as mayor has been chaotic, with accusations of corruption, financial mismanagement, and abuse of power, piling up faster than she can deny them. With the FBI reportedly investigating her spending habits, it's unclear how long she can maintain her grip on power. If there's one thing we've learned about Henyard, it's that she won't go down without a fight. Despite financial records showing She hasn't raised much money recently. Henyard is moving forward with her re-election bid. This serves as a warning of what can happen when someone treats public office as their own personal playground. The saga of Tiffany Henyard highlights the dangers of unchecked power and the consequences of a leader who prioritizes personal gain over the well-being of the community. So, what do you think will happen to Tiffany Henyard? Will she manage to keep her position despite the growing scandals? Or is this the beginning of the end for Dolton's super mayor? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the like button if you believe it's time for a change in Dolton's leadership. Henyard's rise to power may have been swift, but if a fall comes, it will be nothing short of spectacular. The people of Dolton deserve better, and hopefully, they'll be able to voice their opinions in the next election.